Good morning. It's Saturday morning. Just dropped a video. Progress up to this date, and today we're going to try to see if we can get some final stuff done here. Even though the angle, first and foremost, even though the angle shows 3 degrees down, which is perfect, it's not lining up front to back. It's off by about yay much. I'm going to loosen these bolts back here, and I'm going to see if I can slide the engine back just slightly. It could just be that it's slightly forward on these mounts here. I don't want to have to slot that. It fit really good before, but it was the same block and everything. It's just got a different head on it. So I'm assuming that it's just where the bolts are, where they go in. I could even loosen these here too, and then I'm just going to pull it back, see if that gives me a little bit more movement back before we lock everything down, because it fit really well. Now it's not. It's about 3/8 of an inch off or so. So that's gonna be first and foremost. We're gonna do that. Problem number 1 solved. It was really simple. Just loosen those bolts, put it on, fold it back, and as you can see, they line up perfect. So we're good. Yeah, just put those back there. Put a strap basically right around this right here, and put one back to the axle, ratchet, and I felt it go clunk. And the reason why I have to do that is because when I made this system, I didn't touch the engine when I took the transmission out, the 904, when I put this one in. And why I needed to pull it back is because where the radiator sits and the fan sit, there's not a lot of room between that and the radiator. So I wanted to get this exactly back where it was. So that's the reason why I didn't touch the engine when I made this. So that way it would go back to the exact spot. And that's why I made everything as far as the holes super precise. So that way it would go back to the exact spot. So, all right, problem number 1 solved. Now we're going to take this thing back out. We're going to put the flywheel on and start putting the clutch on. Sometimes it's fun posting things that are controversial with engineering that people don't understand, and they have to look it all up, and it's just kind of, just to expose people to different things, different ways of thinking. So I put the studs on here, and every time I've run a shim, I've had a slight rattle. No matter what starter I run, no matter what, there's always a rattle there. So I did this one time and it worked, so I'm going to do it another time. So what I do is I put a little bit of silicone right where the starter runs, and then on the inside I use a Sharpie, mark that, and then I put a little bit of thin, just a super thin coat of silicone there. So whatever touches the block, whatever's touching the inside ring right there, I put just a little silicone. Now, I don't silicone it into place. I'm going to let it sit. You let it sit a day or so, and that shit's going to dry. That's the right stuff. And then it takes all the rattle right out of it, no matter what. Because, if this thing's slightly bent at all or anything, it's going to rattle and it sucks. So I got the studs in. Starter I'm going to run is right here. I just did a fitment on it. We're going to put the flywheel in right now. So here it is, nice and dry. Set it on. And then, so I can put the starter on here. See? No rattle. See? By the time you tighten that down, it's all good to go. It's all aligned in there and everything. So, yeah, that's a little tech tip of the day. I might make a short of that. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to film a short right now, and this is what you're going to see on the short for today. Today's Saturday, the 1st. Okay, so the clutch is in. I had to make some adjustments. Underneath the ram clutch, I had to put some shims on this side to get it away from here. I'm sorry, I'm just doing this one-hand auto here. So right here, we're getting a little close. It's 1 finger away, which is good enough for me. That's completely compressed. So that's about where it's going to sit. It's going to be about 200 thousandths away, so I'm going to gain an extra 200 thousandths. So I'm good with that, because that's what they're looking for, is 200 thou away from that. So I'm getting ready to mock this up, but yeah, I got this plus the 200 thou. I'm good with that. So I got everything in, everything's ready to go. I made a mathematical error by not adding the 500 thousandths for the plate. Yeah, I forgot to add that. So I need to make a half an inch shim because I don't have enough shims to do the throwout bearing. So because of that, this is not going to be finished. So let me show you what I got going on here. So I put all this up, hooked up this. Dave from Needless Torque gave me this little clip right here. This is awesome for the Speedo cable. So that goes up and over. I'm going to do the electrical for that, but the whole point of this is I was going to measure for the drive shaft. So I got 33.5 inches, right? Well, Dave gave me one that he took out of his Dart. That was a 904 318/72. Only problem is that my car has got 7260 joints. This one's 7290. Not a big deal. You know, get a conversion joint here. But up front, 7290, 1310. This whole drive shaft is conversion unit joints. So Advance had this one in stock, 449. They also ordered me another one, 347. Hopefully that's the right one for this one. It'll be in tomorrow. It's going to be, this is the small U joint, this is the big one, the bigger one. So that way I can just put this in and I can drive the car because I know I'm going to break that rear end. So this way I can drive it, put some miles on it. But before No Name Nationals and 666, I've got 8 3/4 I'm going to put in this car. So I didn't want to put a drive shaft in it. So Dave gave me this, which is cool. Going to put it in, and I just needed a win. It's Sunday, and everything's still in there. Got a couple things to update. So we have one done. Didn't get this one yet. So I'll look back at the video. I'm not sure if I covered this yesterday, but we'll see. I think I did. But right now, this is reverse lights. I've got them all sheathed in here, so that way when this is done here, I can cover this up. Right now, that's warming up. I'm getting ready to solder this one. I'm doing the same thing here. And it's going to come down and follow that line that goes up and over there. And we're going to zip tie it to that. Or maybe just some electrical tape to wrap it around a few times. So I got the throwout bearing. I put a spacer on it because if you listen to this. You can hear it. Just rubs just a little bit. Put a little spacer on there. Totally quiet. Now listen to this right here. Without moving. You can hear it. So I put this on there just as a spacer. Totally quiet. So that's what I'm doing. This is the stack that I need. I had to make this spacer here because of the extra 500 thousandths. And the bell housing is getting put on. I put studs on this. This is my shim that I put, the silicone on. So what I do is I just paint it black, hide it black. So why not? So yeah, this thing's all going together right now. The thing I got to do is I'm going to move this line to the other side here and bend it over to get a little farther away. Other than that, this is all going together. So that's what we're doing now. Today's Monday. Forget the date, but it's Monday. Let's see here. August 3rd. This is the final setup. So I had to bend those lines over to get them away. I connected them together. Once again, this is going to the slave cylinder. This end's going all the way back up to the reservoir. So when I bleed it, I can bleed it right back into the reservoir. I don't make such a terrible mess. But that way it's not under the car. It's going to be essentially right here. So no matter what I do, I can either bleed it into that, a vacuum canister, whatever. So it's going to go right there. So this is what I got. I got a little connector right there. Not a big deal. and I zip tied them together. I got my little shim here. That one little shim makes all the difference. That's 35 thousandths. So I've got the bell housing on, and you can see with my hide it black thing right there, you can't even tell if there's yucky pucky on there. So when I put that down there, it's going to be nice and tight. Okay, we're underneath the car. We're doing the last little final check. So there's my spacer in there. That's 200 thousandths gap right there. Then I have the lines coming out. Sorry about all this. The lines come out, go right to the slave cylinder, and then go right on up. Here I have my reverse lights, and the speedo cable comes into a 90 degree right there, so that way it clearances that. I've got a rubber hose right here. That's for the vent line. I put a vent right there, so that way we don't get tranny smell inside the car. It's vented all the way out there. I will figure out where to go with that later. Basically just anywhere. On the bolts here, these are threaded here. So this is 7/16, and then I put a nut on the side. So this bolt's here, and I put a nut. And the reason why I did this is I didn't want to rely on these threads here into aluminum, because this is in tension going away. So if I clamp these together, so that way it's threaded in here and this clamps to that, that means that that's going to be solid. Up here at the top, I've got a stud, but it doesn't really mean much because this is coming together. This is trying to pull apart. So here we go. It is in. Let's just take a look at everything. So it sticks out 1.5 inches instead of 1 inch. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's my 90 degree turn right there, like that. Transmission mount, so it locks right in to the center right there, so it can only go in one way. Once I pulled the engine back, it was good. Drive shaft, temporary, is locked in. I'm pretty stoked with it. Okay, so it's Tuesday. We're going to bench bleed this sucker. And so I got the line going down to the master cylinder down there. And we're just going to push this thing by hand. I can reach it right here. I can reach the pedal from there, and I can watch it right there, right through this little crack, and actually put my head right around like that. And I can see it. So we're going to bench bleed this thing a bunch. And it's like Tuesday right after work. So I'm going to do this a few times. Then we're going to plug this thing in and bleed it that way. We're going to kind of gravity bleed it and go from there. All right, so we just bench bled it. Got it all out. I hooked the line in down there. I gravity bled it. You don't really need to see it. I just unhooked this. This thing goes all the way down to the slave cylinder. And it comes all the way up here. I just ran it down through there, down to the ground. And just let it gravity bleed for a little bit until I got a few drips on it. Now we're going to start pressure bleeding it here in a few minutes. And hopefully we can get a clutch. So I just filmed a short, and Cash had to leave, but can't get underneath there and do this. But I've got a decent clutch here. Got my nice little stop. So I'm happy with that. Seems really good. And I got brakes, clutch, throttle. That's how nice and simple and loose that is. I'm going to show you this. I'm not going to show you what was in the box, the mystery box. So I got to come around this way, and I'm going to slowly put it up like that. There we go. So there's my low car setup. I made a little bracket right here, this bracket, and I got a spring on there, a secondary spring right there. I love these low car systems. So one thing I'm going to show you is that I can go right, oh there, that's all you're going to get. So yeah, so that is, got that set up. I got the exhaust on. I'm getting ready to put the radiator in, but that's probably going to happen on Thursday because today's Tuesday and I'm done. So yeah, and I can't really show you that, but I'm going to put my valve cover on here that's open, so that way you guys can, I always start them up with that so I can make sure everything's turning and twisting. So, all right, it is, I skipped over Thursday. I did some stuff Thursday. I'm not sure if I filmed anything, but I think I skipped over it. But I just did a couple things. But right now, I'm changing the fans. I had twin fans on here. Where'd they go? I had 2 fans on there. I'm going from that to one big 18-incher. I'm still trying out some fans for the company and just kind of seeing what works, what doesn't work. So I skipped a few steps because I just had to cover this up. So we are ready to start. The steering's not in here, but other than that, I got everything in here. I got a new flux capacitor here, so that way I can have dual power readings. I have this on, and so that way we can watch these things spin and see how much oil's coming up. I'm trying something different. There's a set screw in the back that I can take the shaft off and then change that out. See if that works or not. We'll see. Yeah, other than that, I got my timing light ready to go, and you know, I got this just kind of chilling here. I'll wrap this up, you know, so that way it doesn't cook from there. This one doesn't have the return on it. I got to get a return on this so it goes back, and then I zip tie this right there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to upload this one. Yeah, I'll upload this one. But yeah, I'll upload this. But yeah, so we've got everything ready to go. I'm actually kind of excited. Oh, but another little thing too. You know, I silicone, see the backs here and the side that touches, just a little tiny bit of silicone. All that does is just keeps it from vibrating. I do that on that. And I did it on the other piece right here too. So that's the part that touches. Just put a little silicone on it, let it dry, just right there in the corners. Keep it from vibrating. I put a little bit on the backs right here. I just don't like rattles, so. But in here, here's what we got. We got a pedal. We got a clutch pedal. We got brakes. That's a really nice throttle pedal. I'm really stoked about that. I filled it up through here. I got a little vent that goes up right there. And this is my shifter that I'm going to put there. And we're going to fire this pig up. I got all these grounds right here just kind of in there chilling right now. That's just, yeah. So, I'm not sure. I might just upload this video. I don't know. Yeah, so anyways, you might have to wait till next week to hear this pig run. You just might. I don't have the exhaust hooked up either. That's just a straight pipe right there. So you might be waiting until next week. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But with that, see you guys next week. You might get a little things here and there of it running, but yeah, other than that, you're going to wait until next week to see this thing running.